welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa Alistway, and on this channel, you will find a variety of inspirational and informational videos. My guest today is Gil Cuero, who was on the 13th season of Married at First Sight, which is a reality show on the Lifetime channel. Welcome, Gil.
Hey, how you doing, Lisa?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm well. Thank you for having me.
It's good to have you. So first question, why did you go on Married at First Sight versus trying to find your future spouse through dating?
Well, I did do that. I tried many of times trying to find my future spouse through dating, but it just didn't work out. Married at First Sight came, the opportunity presented itself. I was hesitant at first, to tell you the truth, but after a small little research that I did, and then talking to a few friends that were actually big fans of the show, I decided, why not? Let's try it out. Let's see what the experts can do.
Okay, very cool. So the 13th season, as of to date, has a 0 success rate. 0 out of 5 of the couples stay together. Same thing with the last season, has a 0 success rate. Not to say that there hasn't been some successful matches, but to date, most of them have failed. So having an insider perspective, I want to talk to you about the formula for the show. What do you think needs to be changed about the formula, the selection process for this show moving forward?
Man, that's a good question. To tell you the truth, I don't think it's the formula. Because the way I look at it, the way I feel like they partner or try to, match people up is they're looking at it in their best interest. But the biggest issue is the people, right? The people that they choose. A lot of people aren't willing to change. We're so, you reach a certain age when you're just independent, you're doing things for yourself. And, a lot of these people are entrepreneurs, they're their own bosses, they don't work for anybody. So like to bring them into something where, like marriage, where you have to change because now you're bringing another person into your life. A lot of people aren't willing to change. And they set these ridiculous standards that, not even if they created this person, it would actually work out. So I don't know if it has to do a lot with the criteria that the show itself has, but it has to do more about the people that are chosen to be realistic about what marriage is.
Okay. All right. So my next question has to deal with the compensation for your time and exposure. As you know, the blogs and videos are all going off, having opinions. It definitely has an entertainment value, but I think a lot of people are drawn to the show because they get a chance to kind of study behavior, study people in situations, look at personality characteristics, and maybe how that relates to their own life. So you guys go through a lot. So I'm wondering if you feel the compensation was fair for your time and exposure, and why or why not?
Man, so I've never done anything like this, so I'm not aware of what it might be. So in my opinion, I think it was fair. It was a decent amount for me. Also being that everything that you see that we participated in was actually paid by the show. So I feel like aside from that, what we received individually, I feel like it's fair.
Okay. So do the cast members get paid extra for saying yes on decision day?
Absolutely not. No, you get paid the exact same amount, whether you say yes or no, whether you participate in anything, it's already set.
Okay. All right. So you have stated that you did not watch the season. Why did you make that choice? And do you think you will review it in the future?
I absolutely do believe that I will see it in the future. I chose not to watch it now because it's kind of like opening up an old wound. Like I did enjoy myself on it, but because the end result wasn't what I wanted, there's no reason to go back and live in the past.
Okay. So upon reflection, has your view and approach to marriage changed?
So if you would have asked me this immediately after, I would say yes. But as of today, no. The goal is still the same. I still believe in true love. I still believe there's somebody out there for me. I believe in the sanctity that is marriage. And so nothing has changed for me. It's just, it wasn't my time. And so now I'm just healing and patiently waiting on my person.
Okay. So speaking of healing, in what ways have you grown from this experience?
How have I grown? That's a great question, because I always think about what have I learned from this experience. And I'm gonna say just kind of like sticking to my gut. No matter, sometimes we want something so bad that we kind of sway from what we truly believe in. And I think I felt like I kind of, just kind of went one way, and so I should have stuck to what I knew, to what my gut was telling me. No matter how bad I want something, sometimes it's just not for you.
Okay. You had mentioned that you were blindsided, and time has passed. I know you've had a chance to think about things and maybe look for blind spots. Do you feel like you have, do you still feel blindsided?
Absolutely. I still feel blindsided just because of how it went down, because of how it led to the end, and me not knowing that it was ending on my end. So she might have felt that way for a while, but it was never spoken to me. We never discussed anything to where I would have thought, okay, we're on the rocks. So even to this day, I would definitely say I was blindsided.
Okay. Next question. How are you going to use this experience to improve your life?
Well, the overall aspect of it is now the world knows who I am. They know I exist. So improving my life as in the exposure and then what might come with it, as in marketing and advertising, that's going to help improve my life just financially. And hopefully I can help others also, with their relationships, because I do have some opinions and a lot of people actually enjoy my opinions. And so hopefully I'm doing good by them, by helping them in their current situation, and just overall financially. I feel like emotionally is going to help me because I'm more in tune, and I feel like the next time is going to be the perfect time because I've been through it pretty much all.
Okay, so yeah, this show is definitely a cultural phenomenon. You're a fan favorite among many. As anybody can see on your Instagram, you ballooned up to over 100,000 followers to date. How are you processing this new Insta fame?
To me, it's just another day. I feel like IG is not the real world, so I don't really let it consume me. As you can see, I'm in school. This is my number one objective right now. So that I am very thankful for all the fans, all the love and all the support. I love it. I enjoy it, and I'm very grateful for it. But it's not getting to my head. I mean, everything is the same. I wake up, I go to sleep the same, I wake up the same, and I do everything the same. Nothing has changed on my end other than me having a little more admirers and spending a little more time on social media, thanking everybody for their love and support.
Okay. You had mentioned in a previous interview that part of your healing process is not to start dating again, which I think is a good idea, to pause your brakes. And because a lot of times people, they just get into the next relationship and they never really process and learn and heal, and they just keep moving along, trekking along. So can you share a little bit why you went that route and how it's working for you?
Well, the reason why I went that route is because I've done the other route before many of times. They say, the best way to get over somebody is to get under somebody. And I feel like that is bogus. I've done it before and it hasn't worked out. And so I feel like, well, if it haven't worked out then why do it again? I want to do it right. I want to do it the right way. I obviously want to be married. I still want to be married. So I want to make sure that I'm ready for my next relationship without bringing any baggage from my last relationship. I just want to have a clear mind going into my next relationship. And so the best way to do that is to separate some time from when this all ended until I find my next person.
Okay, very cool. So if someone is planning to be on a reality show, what advice would you give them?
stick to who they are. Don't let anything influence you. Don't think about what's going to happen next. Don't think about the social media aspect of it. Don't think about the cameras being in front of you. Stick to who you are, because the cameras aren't going to be around forever. They'll eventually leave, and you want to be happy. You want to do something that's going to sit well with you, sit well with your soul. So stick to who you are, with whoever that is, and then you'll do good.
Okay. Would you do another reality show?
As long as it doesn't have to do with dating or marriage, yes.
So maybe Survivor or Amazing Race?
Hey, I'll do that. I'll definitely do something like that for sure.
Dancing with the Stars?
Absolutely. I love dancing. I'll definitely be there.
So what would you say is maybe some main takeaways and lessons learned from participating on Married at First Sight?
For me personally, I would say one is what I just mentioned. Stick to who you are. You know, don't try. So I talk about changing, and a lot of people don't want to change. If you're not changing for the better, then you shouldn't change who you are. Change is good, but only if it's going to make you better and the situation better. So number one is going to be sticking to who you are. Another lesson I've learned is that you can't, even though I've learned this before, but you can't please everybody. You know, you'll reach a certain point to where no matter what you do for somebody, if they don't appreciate it, you got to understand that you got to stop beating that dead horse. It is what it is. Move on and understand that it's just not for you. And you just got to know when to call it quits on sometimes. No matter how much you try, how much effort you put into it, you got to understand that when it comes down to a relationship, is obviously a two-person thing. I could have been perfect. I'm not perfect, but I could have did everything perfectly. And sometimes it just doesn't work. It's not in the cards. Nothing. I mean, it's no offense to, no, I'm not talking ill towards her or anything. It's just sometimes two people aren't meant to be with each other, and that's what it is.
Yes. So what would you like others to know about you that they don't know?
Oh man. I feel like that's a hard question, because everything, like what everybody saw on TV is exactly who I am all day, every day. If you ask any one of my friends, any one of my family members, they'll let you know that, yep, that's him. So it's kind of hard for me to answer that question, because I'm kind of like an open book when it comes down to that. I'm very straightforward. I'm very sarcastic. Even though sometimes it doesn't seem like, because I don't put like a LOL behind things or laugh, so people think I'm being serious. But other than that, I just like to have a good time. Just want to enjoy my time while I'm alive and do good while I'm here too as well.
Okay, very cool. So what kind of future projects and plans do you have?
Well, first things first is this. Graduate paramedic school. That's the first thing I have planned. I'm halfway through, so once that's over, I can kind of like exhale. Other than that, outside of that, whatever opportunities comes because of Married at First Sight. So whether it's advertising versus marketing, whether it's these interviews, these podcasts, whatever it comes, and I feel like it's good for me and it's beneficial for me, then I'm gonna jump on it. But first things first is school, my career.
Fantastic. So last question, how's your dog Hype?
Hype is awesome. Hype right now is with a friend. I actually go pick Hype up in 3 weeks, because I'm moving 2 weeks. I'm moving into another place in 2 weeks, a bigger location. And so I have a friend watching them until I get all, packing all my stuff. But as soon as I move in, I'm going to pick him up. He's doing great. I mean, old man is still trucking along. So he is awesome as can be.
Very cool. Well, thanks, Gil, for coming on my podcast today. I sure do appreciate it. It was good talking to you.
Thank you, Lisa, for having me. It was wonderful. I enjoyed it. Hopefully we can do it again sometime.
Sounds good. If you guys like this video, be sure and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to share and subscribe and hit the bell to be alerted to when the next video drops. Thanks for watching. Bye.